As you might imagine, the move into a new world is a daunting task to most everyone. Immigration for years was seen as a threat to territory and posterity and was a constant fear held by many Americans. There was once a strict and narrow-minded thought that kept many immigrants from fulfilling their dreams of overcoming adversity, and this is seen in the life of Dr. Dan Park. In 1965, the United States changed a once strict limitation on the national quota system by the Hart-Celler Act, allowing more immigrants to come to the land of opportunity. In South Korea, there was not much to look forward to, and usually it was a life of unemployment, so many sought out to change their fortunes, and the United States provided a venue for many to start new lives. This surge of Koreans into the United States was mainly during the years of 1970 to 1980s, being the third largest group to migrate to the States. Most of the Korean immigrants who came had college degrees and vast knowledge and entrepreneurial skills. The statistics show that the surge of Korean Americans has improved the national average of median income and graduates from universities. On average, Korean Americans earn 40% more than the average income and form new businesses at a rate of 70% more than the national average. This move provided the opportunity for many to grow and expand their knowledge and develop into prominent citizens, giving back to the country that transformed their lives.
Being interviewed to talk about my childhood in Korea, South Korea, and the differences between when I was growing up in South Korea and the ones here in the United States. I came here when I was 14 years old, and I was just fresh out of elementary school. In Korea back then, once you join a junior high school, becomes the 7th grade, every boy has to shave their head completely off. And then we all wore a uniform, same uniform for everybody, and the girls had to cut their hair so short it has to be above the earlobe. The bottom of the earlobe has to show through the a haircut. So we have to go outside the house to go to the restroom, and then they just dug a large hole deep down, maybe 10 feet deep, and they put 2 by 8 boards across, and then you squat on it and you do your thing. And there was no electricity for the outhouse back then, so if you want to go to the restroom in the middle of the night, you have to get a candle. And you have to be very careful because it's windy. You have to hold it like this so that it doesn't blow out. And you go to the bathroom, and there was no toilet paper. Newspaper, we cut it in small pieces, size of maybe 8.5 by 11 pieces, and make a hole, put a string through. You hang it up on the wall, newspaper, and whenever you did number 1, you just take one piece of newspaper and you use that to wipe yourself. And then let me see what else. So again, everybody was like that, so it was normal. We didn't know any better, so that was not a bad. It wasn't a good. It was normal for everybody. And then several times you read a newspaper where a young baby or so that was my life. We had no TV, no electric, no radio. Radio we had, no TV, no refrigerators. I lived in a village, maybe 50, 60 houses in that subdivision. Only one house had a black and white TV. And then we had a channel, the TV would come on 6 o'clock in the evening and goes out at 9 o'clock at night, just for 3 hours. And those 3 hours, almost everybody gathers around. We're traveling light today.
When Dr. Park moved to the United States, he had to overcome much adversity. He did not speak English, which hindered his social and cognitive development at his initial entry. However, this did not deter him from going on and doing great things. He eventually learned the language from another Korean-American girl and moved on to continue his education at Cal Berkeley. He then went on to study medicine at the University of Podiatry and Surgery, working his way through the ranks to become one of the most successful and sought-after foot surgeons in the Springfield area.
Texas. And he got his green card, he brought everybody over, and that was 1974 when I was 14. My older sister was 16. And then when I came to the United States, he had rented out this apartment. I'm thinking back right now, 2-bedroom apartment. And then when we arrived, he took us to the apartment, he opened the door, and there was a bed that I had never seen before. Everybody sleeps on the floor. We had a thick blanket like this, put it on the floor, and then there was no central heat. under the flooring there are channels cut out that connect everything connects to a small area outside the house, and we burn coal, and that hits the air that goes throughout the house, those channels under the flooring, and that's how everything is heated up. And right by that fireplace, I guess, it gets warmest. And that's where all the little kids sleep, all the adults will sleep way out there where it gets really cold. And then when I come to United States, we walked into apartment, huge apartment compared to what we used to live in Korea. It was amazing. There was a refrigerator. We opened the refrigerator. My father had bought all the groceries, all different kinds of fruits, bananas. Only very rich people were able to afford to eat once in a while. And in Korea back then, meat was so expensive. We had meat very few times, maybe once or twice a year on your birthday or something. And then open the refrigerator, it's full of fruits. Orange, bananas, pineapple. So everything took a long time to get used to it. And then in Korea, usually only man works. Wife doesn't work, the kids don't work, there's no job to get. And then I became 14. About a year later, I got my first job. I was able to get a job helping out carpenter, and I followed him around cleaning up after he's done. And he paid me like $2 an hour.
Dr. Park's story is a testimony to what hard work and determination can do for someone in the face of extreme adversity. He didn't give up even with the language barrier and culture shock that he was greeted with upon arrival in California. He not only survived, but thrived to become a successful doctor and an excellent father. He has 4 children, and without a doubt, they will carry on the legacy that he has laid before them.
Everywhere around the world.